Hi there, and welcome to this video in our Services Action Supervisor series. In this segment, we will discuss our motivations for the program and answer the question, why Services Action? Knowing the purpose for any task will help the participants better understand their role in the process. Ideally, this will help you value the project, furthering motivation, engagement, and autonomy. We will quickly review our definitions from the last video before moving on to discuss the reasons for implementing Services Action, and then take a look at some teacher testimonials. In our last video, we defined that Services Action was classroom learning applied through action to address a community-defined need. We also outlined the role of the teacher supervisor in this very student-driven project. With these definitions of Services Action and the roles of the teacher supervisor and the students, take a moment to consider the reasons and motivations for implementing a Services Action program. Why do we implement Services Action at our school? Your answers will invariably vary. Let's take a look at your colleagues' responses and see if they match any of yours.
I think Services Action is beneficial for many reasons, but one of the key aspects that I like is the fact that students, in defining their own project, are able to define their own success criteria. A lot of times when we issue an assignment or a project, we'll issue an assignment description and then also a rubric, which spells out exactly what we're looking for as teachers in order to demonstrate their mastery of any particular skill or content area. But with a Services Action project, they're able to sit down as a group, determine what they want to do, and then also determine what success is going to look like at the end of the project. And I think, students being able to set their own success criteria enables them to be thinking about and tailoring timelines, ideas, and the process in general in order to accomplish that task.
It was actually a time when students could delegate and give responsibilities. It was almost as if they had a job, and it was testing skills, practicing those skills that they don't normally employ. So I thought that was nice to see, to give students a bit of real life experience where they have to work together and people are counting on each other and think creatively of how to solve problems. So the real life skills, the benefits that came out of it, was the most notable thing for me.
Well, Services Action is a great way for students to kind of get outside of themselves and start understanding the impact that they have on other people. I feel like in theater, sometimes students think, plays are just to entertain people, but really they can be a way to kind of teach lessons to people or to allow students to see things from another perspective. And so that's how it's really worked for me in my classroom.
I think it helps prepare them for their courses. For example, in my course, we have a producing text criteria, and students need to think about an impact on the audience. Services Action prepares them for that because they're thinking about the community and it relates to their course. So I think it can help them in my course in particular.
I believe Services Action is beneficial to the students because it creates awareness within larger communities in Beijing, but also the school community as a whole. It also fosters empathy within our students and prepares them to be global citizens once they leave CISB.
Meet Aaron. Aaron is a good teacher. In fact, you might say Aaron is a model teacher. Aaron cares about his students being collaborative and creative and taking their learning into their own hands. That's why Aaron implements Services Action in his classroom. Aaron knows that service promotes engagement and creativity, autonomy and collaboration, connections to communities, applicable real-world skills in engaging local and global issues, not to mention a number of other ATL skills and IB learner profile traits. Services Action could be right for you. Ask your colleagues, ask your coordinator, or feel free to ask Aaron. Aaron is likely not your Services Action coordinator. In this case, please contact your own Services Action coordinator. Please do not, in fact, ask Aaron.
Please consider how you might incorporate services action into your classroom. Make a list of the units that might be suitable for service. Make a list of how service might enhance these units. You know your course better than anyone else, so how service fits into your classroom is ultimately up to you. In this video, we've taken a look at some of the many benefits to student learning that services action can bring. We've also looked at why teachers are already using it in their class. We hope that this has given you some ideas for your classroom and that you see some value in this services action program. You'll have many opportunities to try different forms of service here at CISB, so we hope that you'll exhibit the IB learner profile in reflecting on what you have learned here today and be open to taking risks with new service projects. Have fun.